Cheyenne to all of you. And she was a beautiful being that signed up for my food addiction freedom course, the last round. And so I wanted to interview her on her experience. Before we get started, Shy, can you just tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're from? And I know your journey kind of started about 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm right. How did it get started? How did you get aware of this raw vegan lifestyle?
Oh, okay. So the raw vegan lifestyle is really like one of the things I kind of kept under wraps because, everybody just has their opinions and I really cared about what other people thought about me. So I was just in secret, just kind of researching and trying to figure it out and see how I could do it without making it look like I was doing it, unfortunately. But as I got into it more, I started to realize, like, people really look up to this lifestyle. They like really want to do it. And a lot of them are like trapped in the like pleasure traps that I heard you guys talking about in the last one, on the Monday Ms.FitVegan back video. But then
Yeah.
also like, just in the their families, like the tradition that they feel like they have to keep up with. So, I started to share more videos and pictures of my meals on Facebook, and people started to ask me like, "Are you vegan? Are you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just, just a human eating human food." Like I just like, but I,
Love that. Yeah.
yeah, it just feels good to me though. It's always felt really good to me to eat well.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny about this whole raw vegan thing? It's like everybody says they want to be healthier, but very few people actually take action. So, how did you start? Because you're an executor, you take action. How did you start taking action? I mean, well, you just said you just started, you know, in secret eating this crazy food, fruit and vegetables. And so, what really pushed you to take the leap and join the food addiction freedom course?
Oh, I started to look more into people who were living the lifestyle on YouTube. So instead of just doing a secret on my own, I just started to like commune with people like you. Another person, Blooming Raw, I like watching her video. He like, like makes it look so fun and just easy. You guys make it look easy. And so I just was looking more and more. And I got really attracted to your videos because of just your authenticity and just
Thank
you
you.
remind me of my sister. You make me laugh. It's so fun every time I watch you.
Yeah, Shy always laughs at my jokes, and it makes me feel really good. I don't know if she does it, like, if she's being nice, because 'cause we'll, like
Literally, I'm crying every time.
it's because like, very few people get me, like, some people on the Zoom are just like, "Huh?" And then I see Shy laughing, I'm like, "Okay, somebody gets me." But, thank you. Yeah, okay, so Blooming Raw, by the way, I'm really loving her videos. Blooming Raw, I sent you an email.
Yes.
And I DM'd you. I want to interview you. So get back to me. Because yeah, I love people that like make it seem easy because it can be very easy. And so yeah, so you signed up for the course, and even though you knew about the lifestyle, you were very knowledgeable and you were already practicing.
Mhm.
Is there anything in the course that you learned that you did not know?
Well, I don't want to say I didn't learn. There was plenty that I learned that I didn't like focus on or know about. One of the biggest things though, like I forgot to mention before that question, like, is that the leap was where you were telling us about how important it is to actually consider or realize what we're doing when we're eating animals. I had blinders on for years. Like, I would literally sit there and be like, "Oh, it's chicken, but it's not that chicken." And it's like, "Yeah, it's that chicken." And it's like, don't disassociate that this is a life, And I would talk to people about it, and I was just like, "You know what? This is kind of nasty, isn't it?" Like when you think about it, and then they're just like, I don't like to think about it like that." And they do the same thing. They just kind of disassociate. But when you brought it home, like, would you be okay with someone just raping or beating someone that you love just for a flavor or just for some, so
5 minutes of pleasure.
exactly. I was just like that. That's insane. That makes no sense, especially since I'm really an advocate for people. I love people. I love, like, spreading love, showing people how to interact in relationships. Like, that's like, how can you do that and then be okay with consuming other beings? Like, so I was just like, no, I'm fully committed this time. That drove it all the way home for me. And I was just like, okay, no more blinders, no more acting like this is just a meal. It's not just a meal. That's some lie. That's cruelty, And
Yeah.
yeah, so I was just like, okay, moving forward. And then I saw the course come out. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I already said, I was like, that's what I needed to say. I'm
Ye
ready.
yeah, you actually changed my life, Cheyenne, because I remember so everybody, Cheyenne has a YouTube channel, go check it out, Cheyenne on Purpose. I'll leave the link below and in the comments. And Cheyenne, actually, you changed my life because I remember the first time I ever, like, was aware of you was this comment you left about how you were inspired to go vegan, and, in that episode, I was talking about, dead animal body parts, and a lot of people have an issue with when I say that, 'cause like you said, the blinders, like, people don't wanna acknowledge that. It is a dead animal's body part, okay? Like, that's what it is. Like, if I say this is a papaya, it's a papaya. Okay, if I cut the papaya, it's a piece of fruit, it's a piece of the papaya. So that's a dead animal's body part. And it's not just mignon, you know? And you wrote that in the comments. You're like, keep saying that. Keep because that woke me up. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. Because I doubt myself all the time. And it's just human nature. Because when so many people say you're not gonna reach the world talking like this, you gotta be nice and you gotta um, you know, coddle people and just like, meet them where they are. And you know what? Everybody has a way that they're doing things. Some people are going to reach people like that. And some people are going to reach people saying, wake up. People are, being misled into thinking that we should be eating these things and also thinking that there's such a thing as humane killing, like
Mhm.
humanely killed and like whatever. It's just so silly. And we don't ever want to hurt any animal or any person like you said, if you love people, then I know you love animals even if you don't have a connection to animals. I didn't. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And, you're from Chicago, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes. From the Shy. And so, yeah, I mean, there's not like I'm assuming you didn't grow up with animals or have a connection to, like, cows and chickens and pigs.
Man, only on TV. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Me too. Yeah. So now can we talk about have you ever had any health issues that you have either released or that have completely disappeared because of eating this healthy vegan lifestyle?
Yes. Like, so I used to have IBS like 8 years ago, and I went and dabbled into vegetarianism, which it eased it up, but it never really went away because I mean, I'm not 100% like on, sure on what the fullness of that condition is, but I know that constipation is still part of it because the bowels are not
Absolutely.
properly, right? So I was still dealing with constipation, even though I would start moving because I had it where it would be stopped up for like 5 days at a time. I wouldn't have a movement. And so vegetarianism, I got into like having a movement maybe every 3 days, and then it just stayed like that forever until I started eating full fruit meals. Like I just had a bowl of grapes for breakfast, and then I'm ready to have like some apples and dates later. Like eating like this, I literally have not had an issue every single morning, full elimination, and then I can get on with my day. And I'm just like, floored. So it seems so simple, but it is so big because a lot of people don't realize that complication leads to back pain. It's you being bloated or feeling like the workouts that you're doing aren't working. It's being dependent on laxatives or enemas or colonics, even like it's a problem.
Being
So
in the bathroom for hours, struggling, like
bleeding,
being in pain, being in
yeah,
a shitty mood because you full of
full of
shitty food
yes,
and shit. Sorry.
yes.
But you know what? Back pain, you're right, neck pain, headaches, all these things come from constipation and we don't even know it. And you know what? Sorry, but that is so true that I just want to make sure people understand that it is such a blessing when you don't have to deal with being constipated. Like we take it for granted now, all the people watching this that are healthy, but like the people that are not healthy, you don't have to live like that. And Cheyenne and I, we used to live like that, and you don't have to anymore. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes,
Any other
definitely.
health issues that you had?
Yes, I had like this really excruciating sharp pain that I would get in my head. It was always on the right side of my head and then the left side of my chest. Literally, whenever I was stressed, or sometimes just out of the blue. But it was basically because of my lifestyle before. But during this course, the work that we've been doing, the food that I've been eating, the pain is subsiding more and more. And I mean, it's only been 6 weeks, so that's why I'm like, I know that the subsiding is a real sign of healing because it was going on for like 10 years, 10, 11 years for me.
When would you get this pain? Like, just randomly?
Yeah, so I would get it randomly throughout the day, and then I would feel it more intensely, like if I'm going through like extreme stress or um like fatigue, not fatigue, but like really sadness, like heaviness on me, and then I would just really feel it. And
Mm.
yeah, I couldn't get rid of it. I would drink water, I would do detox, I would do fasting, I would do so many different things to try to get rid of it, and it never really went away.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. And so tell me a few things that we did in the course. Can you tell everyone? Because you know what? Like it's so much better from you because people, they might think I'm like just trying to sell the course. But can you just tell people a few things we did during the course that you either liked or that you felt were really powerful or good for you or healing? Can you tell some people some of the things?
Yes. So some of the things I was like, I'm looking at my notebook right now because I'm like, should I just like break the but I'm so I'll be here all day. So, but some of the biggest things I believe is just sticking together with being consistent on each step because I don't really want to give away all the juice. I mean, like they gotta join. I can't
Yeah, yeah.
but
There's
really.
there was a lot. There's a lot for sure.
Yes, and everything was intentional. What I loved about all the content that you put together was that I could tell and we could tell that it was intentionally put together for our benefit. Every single step, the way you brought it in, which one you brought first, how much of it we were having, and the fact that every day we were coming back together, even on the days that we weren't scheduled to come together, we were coming back together, checking in and sharing our process. And that there was no way that I would have done that on my own. Like, even if you had to just put it all in a nice package and said, here, do it this way and then let me know how it is in 6 weeks, I would not have done it on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of not doing things on your own. Okay, first of all, me too. Like I had a mentor and then like had an accountability group for 6, 7 years now. I can't do things on my own. We as humans, we do things it's easier together and like we do it for other people much more easier. And so now let's talk about working out because you came to the workouts and tell everyone what's it like to work out with me and did you see any improvement in 6 weeks is not a long time but tell everybody what it's like to work out in the food addiction freedom course.
Oh, heck yeah. The watermelon workouts, the world right. That is like statement because literally I came in thinking like, okay, this is gonna be hard. Like I'm gonna have to do my best and make sure I, keep up, and it was work. But you worked those 20 minutes. Like I was sweating, I was feeling muscles I hadn't felt in years. And as a mom, I just had, two babies, 3 years. So my stomach was weakened and I feel so much stronger now. Like I'm holding the girls and I'm just like, are they eating enough? Like they feel like lighter than usual. And I'm just like,
And you were already fit. You were already fit.
thank you for that. I feel like I wasn't though, because I would work out on my own, but I would never sweat. Like I'd be lifting, I'd be, on the elliptical, and I may be a little glisten, but I'd be in there for 45 minutes to an hour. And with you, 20 minutes, I was dripping sweat and
Dripping.
every muscle felt the next day sore, but then I was still stronger. Like, great. Like, blew my mind, especially as someone who loves to train.
Yeah, and can you talk a little bit about the correlation between the mental strength and the physical strength? Because okay, well, we did planks every day, and I believe like fitness is such a great way to build up your mental toughness. So, can you tell everyone about how they can push themselves and what kind of motivation or self talk do you do to push yourself a little bit more in fitness when you were doing the workouts with me?
Yes, I loved how you always reminded us to think of someone that we loved. I know
Yes.
some people like they'll probably think of their kids, they'll probably think of like their parents. Like I was thinking of my future self and my past self, my self who wanted to be here, and then my future self who's gonna be glad that I did this, you know. And it made me so confident because for the rest of the day, I was like, I bust sweat, I was working, like come on, anything can come to me and I'm fine. Like I know I got this. Like literally
Yes.
doing those workouts every day and my plank, like I did my 1 minute plank today. I did my 31 push-ups. Like, I keep up on my 5 minute yoga, my deep breathing routine. And it literally makes me feel ready for the day. And I can do whatever I need to do. No stress. Like, I mean, stress comes, but it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, it's all about the mindset. Physically, yeah, of course, we're going to get fit and we're going to look the way we want to look with exercise. But the most important thing is the mindset. Because talk about what do you do now because, in the course, we talk about test days
Mhm.
and test days are coming. Okay. Whoever out there, whether you take the course or not, you're going to get tested. Okay. And so, can you talk about what you do now? And maybe there's a recent test that you could share and how you faced it and what you did. Like, what was your plan of action?
Yes. So, before the course, my biggest trigger was being at home by myself with my girls.
Mm,
And it's only because I work full time as well. So, when I would be, I go to work, come back, and I'm just like, okay, even if they're stressed, I have to deal with, making sure that my girls are taken care of. They're babies. So, they're not always going to listen. So it can be very stressful. And I used to just order pizza, just get as much food as I can in because it's just like, I can control this. And for some reason, I was correlating like feeling uncomfortable by eating uncomfortable things. And so recently, it was actually right at the end of the course, and I was just like, how fitting is this? And I would get this test. But right at the end of the course, my husband had a event. He went to go to his sister's birthday party, and I was just like, oh gosh, I started getting a little flustered from just a past feeling. And I was just like, okay, I can do this though. And that was one of the main things that we would say throughout the course. I can do this because I can do hard things. I've done hard things. I can do it again. And so the girls, they're screaming, they're, jumping off of things. And I'm just like, hey, instead of what I used to do, which is like, they need to listen to me, I was just like, hey, I kind of just played with them. Like I sat on the floor and I was just like, hey, come over here. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then next thing you know, I was just like, hey, I'm not hungry. Why am I not hungry? And I was like, my stomach is empty. I don't feel like eating. I know I'm going to eat later. And I made their food. And I was like, well, that's good. And so then I kept going throughout the day and I was just like, I'm not sad that I'm alone. Like, I don't feel abandoned anymore. Like, I feel like I'm still good within me. And I believe that that's because I built that relationship with myself. Like, that's what we did every day, telling ourselves that we love each other, like telling ourselves that we love ourselves. Of course, we love each other too, but that we love ourselves and that we trust ourselves. Like, I felt safe alone, and that was a huge thing that I'd never experienced before. So definitely a gift from what we did.
Oh, yeah, that's such a good point. Feeling safe alone, because that's so true. I used to be afraid to be alone because I didn't trust myself to not eat everything in the house and
Mhm.
order pizza and order Chinese food. Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, I never realized that. Yeah, I mean, learning how to trust yourself again so that, like, when you're alone or when nobody's watching, you still make the right decision. Um, And thank you for touching on that. So now, can you tell everybody, did you and be honest, did you like the other women in the course? They're probably watching, but let's pretend they're not. Did you feel a connection? Did you feel like they were high quality people? How'd you feel about the other course members?
Yes, it's funny. So when I first got on the first call, I was just like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna
I
be.
know, me too.
but it helps me a lot to swipe over and see everybody instead of just seeing you, because I know you, and I know I joined the course because I love you. And so I'm just like, I could all day just sit there and look at you. But I was like, let me get connected with everybody. So I would swipe over and I just look at everybody, and I was like, I found something in each of them that was part of me. It was so interesting. Like everybody
Mm.
who is in the course, like I could see one thing of me, and I was like, I know how. Sometimes I feel like that. Well, sometimes I like to be like that. Oh wow, she's just like me, like right now, like, and it was just it helped me to connect with them. So all that to say, yeah, I loved everybody in there. I love everybody in this course.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Beautiful beings. And who is your so at the end of the course, I partner everyone up. Who is your accountability partner?
My accountability partner is Brenda.
Brenda, yes. Okay. And have you so the course ended literally like 2 days ago. Um, have you guys talked at all? Have you talked to any of the ladies in the course and have you set up your accountability call? And if you could tell everybody what I'm talking about.
Yes. So I know at the end you were saying that you would pair us all up, because when we leave, we will have a friend for life that is about this life, which
Yeah. Hard
is,
to find. Whew.
you have to find them pre-made. Like you like I forget what the other lady was talking, who was talking yesterday or the day before. Yeah, her.
Jane, Jane.
Like you got to find them pre-made. They're not. It's not gonna be like, oh, find them and put them together. No,
No.
pre-
We're talking about Jane Sinclair who, like, she's raw vegan and her husband's raw vegan, and I'm just like 80-10-10, and I'm just like, "Wait, how'd you do that?" She's like, "He already was like that." I was like, "Oh, yeah. Yeah,
real, because you
yeah."
can't make anybody do the lifestyle if they're not
Yeah.
already interested. So that makes sense. And I feel like that's with anything. But yeah, so we definitely talked. We made sure we set everything up. We're gonna be set up for Fridays.
Oh, so happy.
Good. Yes, we're gonna have our call on the way home, because I feel like it's gonna be a cool way to
Mhm.
wrap up the week, figure out like what we did, what worked. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I got that from Darren Hardy, who was one of my biggest mentors. Like, he started me off on my journey in 2017, and he wrote a book called The Compound Effect. I don't know if anybody out there has, listened to this book or read it, but it's a great book. Have you read it yet?
Not yet. It's on my reading book.
I
Book.
I know, I'm just every time I talk to Shy, I'm like, "Have you read this? Put this on your list." And it's just like she's like, "Okay, how many books?" But basically, he does an accountability call every single Friday. Friday is his day too. And, mine is Sunday, but it used to be Friday. I love that because you can wrap up the week and then you can set yourself up for success for the next week. And
Yeah.
basically, guys, if you can find an accountability partner is going to transform your life. I would not be talking to Cheyenne right now. I would have never met her. I would have never done a course. I would have never written books. I would have never started a YouTube channel or a podcast or put myself out there if not for my accountability group. And so I'm telling you, listen, if you need accountability in your life, if you need some other people in your life that are doing the same thing, that are interested, that are not going to ask you where you get your protein from, or if that's too much sugar, or like question you on like, are you sure it's healthy to eat fruit and vegetables? If you're tired of that, then send me an email. My email's below, jd@misfitvegan.com. I'm looking for 4 more women to join the Food Addiction Freedom course. It starts April 1st, and I'm very picky, so I've gotten a lot of applications, but I've only chosen 6 people because I just have, like, intuition with some people, like, my intuition's strong, okay? Because now that we're eating fruit and vegetables, it clears out the fog, it clears out the uncertainty, and I'm very certain about the people I choose. Like, I know they're meant to be there, and every single person in our group, for sure, was meant to be there, and I'm gonna interview a few more of the women, and, Shy is first. So Cheyenne, so can you tell me, what are some things that you used to say to yourself and what have you replaced them with? Because a lot of the course is changing our operating system, okay? And we're doing that through self-talk, mirror work, EFT. We're doing that through journaling and just talking to each other, supporting each other, and meditations and different things that we do. But what are some things you used to say and truly what are some things that you say now to yourself and about yourself?
Oh, wow. That definitely touches on my vision cards for sure,
Mm.
because like things I used to say, I was always not good enough. I was always having to improve or having to get
Yeah.
better to do more than I was doing. And one of my things that I say to myself is that there's nothing that I have to do to show up for myself because I'm good for existing, you know. And then another is just knowing that I'm deserving of all the good in the universe and that I'm open and receptive to it. And so
Yes.
those things, just reminding myself of that, it's like literally I don't have to, sometimes I don't even have to ask. I can just do what I do, like just start my day and know that I'm taken care of. Definitely.
Yeah. A lot of okay, everybody close your eyes and open your arms. Take a deep breath in and say, "I am open and receptive
Open and receptive.
to all the good and abundance in the universe,
Good and abundance in the universe.
and I accept it now." And then I like to hug myself, and it just feels really good. Guys, you gotta hug yourself because as humans, we need touch and we need hugs and we need love. And some of us, whether you're in a relationship or not, that doesn't matter. Some of us don't get enough. We don't get what we need, so we gotta give it to ourselves, okay? And, like I once read, we need, like, 4 just to survive, 4 hugs a day to survive, 12 to thrive. So,
Wow.
like, I have a client that started doing this 12 times a day, just, like, saying that affirmation and hugging herself, and she has reversed all types of health issues, and lost so much weight and feeling so much better, and so I know it works. Like, all this stuff, Cheyenne,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't into it. I wasn't into all this stuff. I was a raw vegan, and that's all I cared about. Like, the food was, like, my main focus for so long, and then, then I got put on to all these things that actually work and are real, like the self-talk and the EFT and these crazy woo-woo things like hugging yourself. It's real, and if anybody makes fun of it, it's because they are not living their purpose, and they're not living the life they love, and they haven't experienced it. They haven't experienced how real it is the way you talk to yourself, and like what you said, yeah, that's the core problem that we're all facing, all of us. We're not good enough. And then I feel like the rest of our lives, we're going to be reversing that, just like smothering ourselves with love and acceptance and understanding. And the last thing I wanted to say about that was a lot of us, and tell me if you agree, a lot of us are dealing with health issues or excess weight, and we're feeling like we have to lose the weight in order to feel good enough. We have to, fix ourselves or like grow our hair or clear our skin or whatever it is to feel good enough, and then we'll take care of ourselves.
Mm, mm, mm.
So, right, is it just me or that's
Oh,
okay?
you remember that song, with the strumming my pain? Like telling my story, like you literally telling her like
S so can you tell me how did you break free from that and realize that you are worthy and you really are worthy and deserving of taking care of yourself now, no matter what, even if you're not perfect, even if you do have, 5 pounds you wanna lose, or even if you do wanna fix something in your life, or even if you do have, something wrong, like, that you don't like, how did you realize that you are good enough and you deserve to be respected and loved and taken care of?
really, it was proving to myself through the real steps that I was taking every single day. I kept taking the step. And even when I was taking the step and still thinking on the side, like I'm gonna still eat what I want, or I'm still gonna, go off and do whatever later. Like I was just like, well, I'm still gonna take this step now. I have 6 weeks to keep on taking this step now. And the more I took those steps, it was just like, well, actually, I'm fine right now. Like, my husband asked me, he was just like, so what is it that you're doing all this for? And I was like, well, what do you mean? He was like, well, is it because of the way you eat? I was like, well, I eat fresh fruits and vegetables every day. He was like, and do you like that? I was like, yeah. He was like, do you feel good? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, are you doing it for weight? And I'm just like, no. And he was just like, so are you good? And I was just like, well, I guess I am good now. And so then when I got that in my head, I was just like, well, if I'm good now, then I don't have to wait to go to Hawaii because I was going to wait till August because I was like, I want to be 150 pounds. I want to have six-pack abs. And I was just like, I'm not going unless I feel and look good. And so he was just like, well, if you feel and look good now, then you feel and look good now. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. Go on the website. And then I got the tickets. And then I was just like, let's go. I
Yeah,
got
Shai went to Hawaii in the middle of the course. And she stayed healthy the whole time, and she worked out, and yeah.
And it was easy too. I thought it was gonna be hard. I thought I was gonna have to be like, no, Cheyenne, don't get a margarita. No, Cheyenne, don't eat the Hawaiian Kahlua pork or whatever. Like, I was fine. I was like, I had my grapes, had my romaine, like I had everything. I was bringing everything with me. And then I even went to a place where I didn't expect it, but there was a vineyard or not a vineyard, basically a bunch of orange trees and lemon trees. And I was able to pick like my lunch. I had a whole bag of oranges. It
Oh
was
my god.
wonderful. And everything was fully supported by the universe because I asked for it and I
Mm.
accepted
Did
it.
you guys catch that? She was fully supported by the universe because she took yes, she asked for it, and she took the first steps. You see, you're not going to get the support you need unless you give it to yourself first and you say, you know what, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to do this course. I'm going to take one foot in front of the other and I'm just going to choose healthy food, even though I'm not seeing results. I'm going to work out, even though I don't see results. And then you just keep doing it and then you see the results. And it does get easier the more you do it because you change, your microbiome change. Cheyenne has a great video on her channel. Check out her channel. I'll leave the link below. Cheyenne on Purpose. She has a great video about that, like just starting before you're ready and just how raw vegan changes you. Can you talk a little bit about that? It's not just about the food. It's not just about how you look. It changes you as a person, and you did a whole great video on this.
Thank you. Yes, honestly, because I was talking to myself mostly, but I know that there are more people out there who think that you have to put all your ducks in a row
Yeah.
and or you can actually start beginning to succeed. But that if you think about it, that doesn't really make sense to succeed before you're succeeding. Like,
But it's so true, and that was me. Yeah,
yeah,
so
you have
true.
and wherever you start from is the perfect start point. Truly.
So true. Guys, Cheyenne has a podcast too. Your girl is so inspiring and so authentic, and I just really appreciate people like Cheyenne. So go check it out. It's Eyes on the Moon, Eyes, EYEZ on the moon. And I'll leave the link below to that too. And yeah, so she's got a lot of experience and a lot and like everyone, she's been through a lot and she's overcome a lot. And I think it's important to realize that what we've overcome and what we've been through so that we can put it into perspective when we're doing a workout or a plank or eating healthy or doing mirror work or whatever. And we realize that, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is hard. Yeah, I'm really craving something bad right now. Cause I remember in the beginning of the course, you were like craving chips and things like that. Are you still craving chips? Do you find yourself craving them?
I actually am. I am like so. I don't know why I said am. Like I'm over it. Like I'm actually over it. So I was thinking like yesterday there was chips in the house, and I was just like, I think I bought some. I bought some because I was like, you know how you kind of just want to test yourself and like, can I? Am I
Oh,
really
yeah.
this? And so I bought some, and my husband ate them. Now, months ago, let him had ate my stuff that I was waiting for before I came home from work. It was gonna be a whole thing. But he ate them, and I was just like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't finish them. If you want me, I can get them from." I was like, "I'm actually good." He was like, "Yeah." I made me a salad, chopped up some celery real thin, and then I like shredded up some carrots and I put it on my romaine, and that was crunchy and delicious. I made my yummy dressing. It was a zucchini, tahini, miso, mustard, and I think I put a little water or vinegar in it.
Mm,
It was
mm.
I
You know who bought those chips? What's her name? What's your wait, say it?
Bliflin.
Bliflin. Yeah, Bliflin bought those chips and she thought, okay, so guys, if you're gonna join the food addiction freedom course, you're gonna realize and name your inner roommate. So I got this from Michael J. Singer, who wrote The Untethered Soul. And this is Oprah's favorite book. And listen, Oprah, she made me vegan. So even though she's not vegan, but yeah, I saw Food Inc. on her show and she made me vegan. So I love her. Anything she says, I'm gonna check out. So she told me to read this book. And in the book, he talks about how we're living with an inner roommate. We got to name them. And so Cheyenne's got Bliflin and Bliflin crazy. So Mine is Shanae. And the point is that you wanna name it something that's kinda silly and it makes you laugh. It makes you giggle every time you think about it. Because it's like life is very short, and that's why I love Cheyenne. She has a great attitude about life. Life is short. We gotta make the best of it. We gotta be grateful, and we gotta know this is silly. Come on now. Like, we literally have somebody in our head lying to us, and
Mm,
that is our inner roommate, and that's old habitual thought patterns. And it's normal, and everybody has it. We have 2 voices, the old habitual lies, and then we have our higher self. And what's your, higher self's name? Well, Cheyenne on purpose?
Diana on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah. Yeah, like Ms.FitVegan is mine, and she fit and she's raw vegan, but Shanae's crazy. She lives across from a McDonald's with me. She lives here with me, and McDonald's is right there, and,
Wow.
like, I could easily go get the fries, and those are, like, my favorite things on earth,
Wow.
and it's been 12 years, so she's very weak now, but she's
Mm.
still there. She's still there. So, every once in a while, I'll be like, "Wait, should I?" No,
Yeah, I'm good.
no. I'm good. I'm good. Cheyenne, I wanted to do something with you. So every day I have all these quotes in this. My mom gave me a quote book because she knows I love quotes, and I cut them up and I put them in here. And if it's okay with you, I was gonna pick one and see if we could just talk about the quote and see if you relate to it and if it like. Can we do
Okay,
that?
let's do
Okay.
it.
So I've never done this with people. I do this every morning. I just shake it up and then I choose one quote and then I'm just like, okay, it sets me up for the day. So here's my quote for the day. Enjoy when you can and endure when you must. And this is Wolfgang von Goethe.
Mm,
I don't know who that is. But enjoy when you can and endure when you must. That's interesting. Can
mhm.
you talk about that? Can you talk about what you think this means and how you've seen this in your life? Enjoy when you can and endure when you must.
Yes,
Hmm.
it reminds me of what you said actually on. Now I don't know if you made it up or not, but I got it from you. But the hard now is the easy future. So it's like when you can enjoy things now, or you can endure it later. You know what I mean? Now he's saying it different. Like he's saying like enjoy, like be happy now, and then like, go through the tough thing when it happens. But I'm thinking of the easy now, hard later, or hard now, easy later. That
Yeah.
is what's driving like my why, that drives my steps forward, that drives just my whole mission in life now, moving forward.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that from. I got it from someone and I don't know who, but that changed my life because I was like, "Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense." Like think about a workout. Like you joined me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. We worked out 20 minutes straight, but like straight.
Yes.
Okay. There was no breaks. All right. And sweating and just like pushing ourselves, like just getting through that hard now. But then that little hard you do that 3 days a week consistently, you're gonna have such an easier time later because 'cause you're gonna feel good, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna be fit, you're gonna be strong, and, when we get older, a lot of women get into, like, they break their hips and they have osteoporosis and they have all these issues because their muscles are not strong protecting the bones. That's the issue.
Mm,
Women in the past, like, they never prioritized weightlifting and getting stronger and doing push-ups. That was always men's work, like men working out. But like us women, we have to do that in order to not just feel good, but we want to look good, but we want to be strong and protect our bones. And like, I don't know if you in your family, anybody's had like hip surgeries or knee surgeries or back surgery.
Not in my direct line, but my someone that we know, like she had recently gotten her hip done, her knee, and her shoulder. Her shoulder only because she fell. Now the hip and the knee was unrelated to any injury. She just doesn't eat fruits and vegetables, and I feel bad a little bit for saying this, but she's not gonna watch this video. But
She's not gonna watch it.
that's the whole thing. But we tell her all the time. We're like, hey, drink some water. She's like, I need some sweetness with it, and we're just
Yeah.
like, man.
Can we talk about that for a second? Okay, well, like, great point, and, like, yeah, I know plenty of people, like, my grandma had, like, double hip surgery. She never lifted weights, she never worked out, and then the hard now also leads it's the diet thing too. Because like, sometimes it is hard to choose healthy food. It is because especially when you're out with other people, they're eating stuff, and, like, you're just, like, there with your grapes, and they're good, but, like, Those, like, french fries look way better, but, like, hard now, easy future. That's
Mm.
why everybody that chooses easy now has a harder future, and we're, like, conscious now. After the course, like, I feel more conscious too of all my decisions, not just for food, but everything. Everything I watch, everything I do. Do I wanna go to sleep early so I can wake up early? It's hard now, easy future, and, that's really powerful, so thanks for bringing that back. And the last thing I wanna talk about, well, I have so many things I wanna ask you, but, 2 more things. Okay, one is the EFT. Can we talk about tell me how did you ever do EFT before, which is emotional freedom technique, for whoever doesn't know about that? It's something that I do, every single, time we meet, we do that, and tell me, how did you feel? Did you ever do it before, and did you see any difference in your life from that?
Oh, yes. So, I did hear about it a bit. I was like doing lots of research. It was funny because it was right before I met my husband when I found out about it. And I did it. I did do it. So I learned it. I think it was with Ian Van Zant. There was a Forgive Everyone for Everything book, I think. And reading through it, and I was just like, fine, I gotta forgive these people who I don't want to forgive. I'm like, fine. And so we did a tapping on that. And I was just like, this is weird, but I didn't keep up with it. But when I did it with full intention. And I do believe that that opened like a portal of a new reality where I was able to connect with my husband because before that I was really like I was longing for love. I really wanted to connect with someone that would love me as I am, didn't want me to change, didn't want to portray something else that they weren't, and it's all that. He's super transparent. I'm able to be myself. It's amazing. And so I never did it again because I forgot, not because I didn't feel it was valuable. And so when you said something about it in the course, I was just like, oh yeah. So I was so happy. And then I've never done it to so consistently like we did, like every time we met. And that it was just always magical every time. So that's why in the last one I was just like, oh, let me get ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The last one, Cheyenne, we're about to do EFT, and I see her in the corner like Rocky, dun 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 dun, and she was stretching her fingers, and she was, "Okay, let's go." Dun, dun, dun. No, she made me laugh so much because I don't even know if that was true, but I saw her,
Yes.
stretching.
Like when it's in my body, I feel it through my body when we're saying those things, those
Yep.
words. And then just something about it, the connection, and I actually found out that using the right hand to do something is like where you're pushing out, you're putting out information or energy, and then the left is to receive. So someone said it to me, if it were, I think she said, if it were up to me, I would write it down. So writing it down is putting your energy out, left receiving. So
Hold up. I didn't know that. Right is out, left is in.
yes,
Receiving.
yeah.
Receiving.
So throughout
Oh, that's good.
I would alternate like my hands. So if we started off here, we go here, and then we go here, 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 here. Once we go here, switch it, and I go here, and then I just go to the other side just to see how it feels in my body. And it does feel a little bit different. Add
Ye
different energy.
Sorry, so wait, that makes sense. So wait, use the right hand when you wanna release negative energy, and then
Yes.
use the left hand when you wanna bring in, like, abundance or love. Oh, that's a game changer. I'm so
Yes.
glad we did this because I just literally that's gonna be in the new course. You know what? I'll credit you. I'll credit you. Okay. No, that's good because I heard something about this, but I didn't, like, catch it. I didn't catch it, and I never yeah, I believe we have so much more power than we will ever know.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, Cheyenne, thank you very, very much for, first of all, for being you. You're such a bright light in this world, and I know we're gonna get such good comments from people. They all want to be your friend, but because you have such bright light, such a beautiful smile, such good energy, I could feel it. I could feel it across across the screen. And I definitely cannot wait to meet you in person. And I feel very lucky to be able to connect with people like you and bring people together that are like-minded, that have the same goals, that are working on themselves because it's not very common. It's not very common. Most people are just waking up like it's an accident. And you're waking up and you're like, "Okay, I'm working out. Okay, I'm going to the sessions. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing my mirror work. I'm choosing food that is going to support me and make me feel good. And this is not very common, so that's why I'm doing these courses, and I'm doing the next one in less than 2 weeks, guys. So if you're interested, send me an email. Send me an email and I'll send you all the details. And there's an application. See if it's for you because I don't believe that I can help everyone. I can just help the people that I can help. And so you might be one of those people. And the best thing about this course is you're going to connect with people like Cheyenne, people that you're going to know for life and that will help you in small ways and big ways, and like, I can't even tell you how many stories I have of people that, like, lived in the same place or, like, visited a place and then they met, and then they introduced them to somebody, and then that's how they got their job or that's how they, met their husband or whatever. It's just like the world is amazing, and who you're meant to meet will be in this course. I truly believe that. And we share recipes, we share, like, very personal things. It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm just very grateful to be a part of it, honestly. So, Cheyenne, the last thing I want to ask you is what is the best advice that you have been given that you would have given yourself 20 years ago? Okay. Like when you were a teenager, what is some advice you would have given little Cheyenne?
Hmm.
I know. I know.
We going back, back. Okay. 10-year-old, teenage. I'm gonna go for teenage Cheyenne.
Oh, I forgot. You're 30. Right.
I'm
You're
30.
31. 30.
um, so teenage Cheyenne, I would I would remind her that she is everything that she needs to be as she is.
Mm.
Because I've had things well, she's the reason why all the things that I'm doing now she's the reason for all the things I'm doing now. She had all these dreams, she had all these plans, literally wrote them out from 9 years old, wrote them all out, said this is the type of business that I want, type of family structure, everything. And just I will remind her that she's good right there. She doesn't have to go get fancy degrees. She doesn't have to go spend that money. She doesn't have to spend all that time just wishing that she was better because she's perfect. And I would remind her of
Yeah.
that. And I'll say, you're going to have all of that.
Mm, yes, and can you share with us one of your goals for this year that you would like to accomplish so we can hold your ass accountable?
Yes, I can. My goals is
Just
to
one, just one. Oh, okay, you wanna share 2?
I would share maybe two. Let's see. One of them is to finish writing and publishing my book.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
And to help people to get through it because it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot. Like you got to be about that life. So definitely those are two. It's two in one. Writing and helping people to get through the book.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. I cannot wait. I wanna be the first one to purchase it. So, let me know. Let me know the day and just anything I could do to help you along the way because you have helped me so much. Like, I mean, I would not have worked out that hard if you didn't show up, and I would not have done the EFT tapping if you didn't show up. And I can't do these things on my own, I need a community too. And so I wanna say thank you very much for helping me through, life's ups and downs. 6 weeks is a short amount of time, but I feel like so much can happen in 6 weeks. And yeah, I really am so grateful to you and all the women in the course. And I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you that you are intentional about your life, and it's very rare. And I just want to say thank you very much, Cheyenne, for being you and existing and all the people you're going to help. Everybody, go follow Cheyenne. I'm going to leave all the links below her podcast, her YouTube, and she'll keep you posted on her book. And I'm excited. Do we have
So
a working title yet?
a working title, yes. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to leave it as that, but it is moving forward in flow.
Mm, mm. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. It's going to be divinely guided for sure. And I'm so excited for you and everything that you're going to accomplish. And you look amazing. You're so beautiful inside and out. And I know that you're just going to get more beautiful every single day. So I'm excited to follow your journey on YouTube. Everybody go check her out. And thank you very much for watching. And if you'd like more content like this, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share this with someone who you care about. Share this because there is hope. And if we don't, if we don't have hope, then we have nothing. And so I need people out there. If they have health issues, they have a food addiction, they have weight issues that they want to heal and release, then share this with someone because it might be the very best thing that's ever happened to them, connecting with other women that can help support them, like Cheyenne and me, of course. And I thank you very much, Cheyenne. Have a beautiful day, beautiful and blessed day.
Love
Bye,
you.
boo. We did it.